So just to clarify that the draft law and the work that the working group was doing right now is focusing very much on conflict-related sexual violence, and that is not something that affects women only. It is definitely one way towards ensuring that there is a strong gender perspective, as conflict-related sexual violence is very much a form of gender-based violence. But it can affect all genders, so including men and women can be survivors of sexual violence, and it is important that that gets acknowledged, as the law rightly so does, and that both men and women would have access to reparations if they have survived conflict-related sexual violence. I think one of the ways that is important to continue doing what the coalition has been doing is to ensure that women's organizations are involved, and organizations that work directly with women's rights are prominent in the work of the coalition. And it is important to ensure that women's voices are heard, and not just when we're talking about sexual violence, but when we're talking about all transitional justice processes. It is important to make sure that women are being consulted throughout the process, and these consultations might sometimes need to take a slightly different, either be happening at a different time or taking in a different form, to ensure that women feel safe to raise their concerns and to raise their voices. And it's important that the NGOs make sure that these voices are amplified and heard in all public processes around reparations and all the other transitional justices. And of course, making sure that women are not just that their voices are heard, but trying to advocate to ensure that women are being heard as well, which would mean that women are at the center of decision making as well, not just consulted at the end, but that they are part of the whole process.